Which one of these cameras is me? The black phone?
Your phone.
Damn, I got the. Damn, bro. I'm in 3K, bro. Step it up, bro. I'm in 720p, boy.
Hey, I
Look
love
at it,
how
1080. He's like, oh, that's me right there. I'm in the fucking 1080.
I love how he stopped.
Hey, yo, bring the red cam, B. I need to be
Bro,
in high
this
def.
He
Oh
stopped
my
as soon as he
God.
found out the camera was his. He stopped with this shit talking.
Fucker.
He's like, I
They gave
can't
me the
talk shit on
fucking
myself.
Verizon.
Shout out
get
to
you
the
iPhone
mid shelf,
14.
bro.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
step it
Hell
up, boy.
yeah,
Oh,
this guy.
man.
Welcome to the 25-8, ladies and gentlemen.
Out
I'm
here.
looking
Go.
really 27-7 right now.
Hell yeah,
Jeez.
qué rico.
All right.
Well,
What's
yeah,
up, fellas?
fuck, yeah.
What's
Thank you guys for
poppin',
joining
what's
us, man. Fuck.
Bro, thank you for having us.
Hell yeah.
Aye.
We needed this.
Shout out to Cap, you know what I mean?
Man.
Fucking
We-
Calais, JaySol,
Out
which
here.
one? You know,
We
Jawan?
did-
JaySol,
we
we
did a
JaySol
rollout,
today, bro.
JaySol
hell
today.
yeah.
We did a rollout. Sorry
Yeah.
if I'm laughing. It was pretty funny.
Nah, you
Hopefully
good.
you guys
Nah,
get
well.
to see some of that shit that came out before.
Hell yeah.
That was hilarious.
No,
We
yeah.
out here.
Man,
Thank
Cheers.
you.
grinding.
Much appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get
Happy
it.
to be here.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely,
Oh, yeah,
boys.
no,
Cheers,
thank you guys
man.
for
Cheers
having us. No,
first.
salud.
That's what
Yeah,
it is.
cheers,
You already know
boys.
what time it is.
Hey, saludcita, saludcita.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys.
Hey, first and
Bop, bop, bop.
foremost, why don't we give a little shout out to the view right here, to
get it.
property management. What is it? Same it.
Management one, baby.
Management
Woo.
One, baby.
Management one, baby.
Hell
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Shout out to the view.
Shout out to Sedmans that manage this property that were able to let us use it and hang out for a little bit. So shout out to them. But yeah, we're here in Newport Coast with the boys. Just want to chop it up a little bit and say what's up, man. It's been a long time coming. I know Cap, and I've been talking for a bit, and
I'm happy to
bro,
be here.
fuck yeah. And then Calais, man, honestly, thank you too, bro.
Bro.
So yeah, if you guys don't know, JaySol, Calais, I'm gonna call him Jawan from now on.
Government
what
name.
would you prefer?
Yeah, Jawan's fine, bro. I
Jawan,
mean,
yeah,
you
no.
know, friend,
It's
but
his
you know,
government
but just
name, bro.
everybody who's looking for the music is
Yeah.
JaySol.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
time it
This
So,
is
you know,
JaySol.
JaySol. So that's
Yeah,
our
yeah,
boy.
this is JaySol.
He hooked us up with the intro, the outro, and then so all the music you hear on the short clips, on the little reels and stuff like that.
This is
That's
our
his
guy.
music.
He's there.
And yeah, man, he really helped us.
And I'm
out.
glad.
So,
I'm
yeah.
glad to be a part of it, man.
Yeah.
For real. Like
Yeah.
I believe in y'all. I
I'm so
believe
happy
in
to be here.
25-8. Let's get it.
Nah,
Oh, yeah.
appreciate
So
it.
I wanted to
here.
be a part of it,
Yeah.
and I made sure that I was like, man, I'm glad that I was able to lend that reaching hand, man.
No,
and that
hell
you
yeah.
guys
Absolutely.
were vibing and with the music and put it on the stuff. It was just really good to see. So every time
Yeah,
every
man.
chance I get, I'm hitting that share button. So
Let's go.
Fuck
One
yeah,
love,
dude.
baby.
And
Love
on the
it.
back end, bro, Cap, my brother over
Cap
here,
or
man.
Brandon? I don't know how. Whatever era I met you. Sometimes people call me
Vergas.
Brandon B. CapAngels. If you want to get.
All I know you is
CapAngels?
CapAngels.
Yeah,
You know.
Sometimes I'm CapAngels, bro. It's a beauty. It's like I'm like Batman, bro. Bruce Wayne by day, Batman at
Hell
night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Love
man,
it.
well, we appreciate you too, bro. All
I'm
the
happy to be
support
here.
you've been putting us on
It's
the
fun.
on the back end stuff, behind the camera stuff,
having
the
fun,
support
bro.
and the pointers, because you guys have been doing this for a fucking minute. The whole, just knowing how to be behind the camera, the audios, the mics, and the sound, and all that stuff. That's what you guys, your forte. What,
Definitely
your bread and
comfortable
butter,
behind
Yeah.
this bad boy.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
thank you
sure.
guys for helping us out in that aspect. So
Most definitely.
cool.
Let's
man.
jump into it.
Let's
Yeah.
jump,
So
man.
give
Oh,
us
yeah.
a little bit of background on both y'all.
Okay.
Go ahead, John. I'm gonna let you
Go ahead, start off. I
quarterback
mean, I've been doing music for about 15 years.
Hell yeah.
So I've been in the game and, just grinding. It started off with just freestyling with friends. Then it started off with production, of course, songwriting. And, as soon as it didn't happen overnight. That's just something I can, tell you straight up. Like,
beauty in the
I
struggle.
I wasn't where I'm at.
how old were you when you started?
It was about what, like fresh out of high school, actually, bro.
No
So it was
shit?
like
Oh, yeah.
17.
Where'd you grow up? Where you
17.
from?
So Compton,
Compton.
California, born
Palmer
and raised.
Street.
But I went to school out in Norwalk, so shout out to Norwalk. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie about nothing. I'm
Norwalk?
keeping it
Hey.
100 transparent.
Hell
So
yeah.
shout out to my people out in Norwalk. One love. I got a big support system out there. And yeah, man, just like straight out of school, I was like, you know what, man, like which way I'm gonna go. Honestly, man, academics wasn't really my forte. Like it's cool, man. I could,
Yeah.
and I'm
It's
not
tough, dude.
saying
No,
I
I
don't
get it,
read
dog.
now.
Yeah.
Like I read a bunch of books now, but my whole thing is just like, I don't know, bro. Like just at that
You gotta
moment,
be into it.
yeah, I gotta be into it, and like the creative process was just more to me. I'm very like right brain sided. I'm really heavy on that, and
Sure.
the creativity was just oozing. So I'm like, you know what, man, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do this rap shit, and I'm feeling it, and I get a lot of influence and inspiration. My mom's always sang, so she's always been like choirs and stuff. But like that was, I would say, kind of like where it started. There's my influence. Hearing my mom's always singing around the crib, getting involved in music.
Shout out to Juwan's mom.
Yeah. Shout out. So they're
Sweetheart.
getting involed in
We
music.
were fortunate to
and
meet
just-
her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
met a
Cool,
couple times.
yeah.
Super sweet lady.
That's pulled up. So bro, yeah, she referred me to a few friends. You know, when she see me started getting into it, then that's how it all started, bro. You know, just doing that, and then learning, shifting from different programs. You know, trying to be independent. You know, self-dependent, relying on myself, not really kind of outsourcing,
Yeah.
trying to cut costs.
Fuck the
trying to-
middleman.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is, bro. Fuck the middleman. That should be my slogan, bro. Fuck the middleman, because I try to learn everything. I try to learn everything I can get a grasp on. That's how I pretty much move, man. So I feel like that's like the driving point of how I got to where I'm at today. Yeah.
Good shit,
Sure.
baby.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, good shit, dog.
And of course, like I met Cap in 2012, which was a blessing, man, because
How'd
I
you guys
love this
meet?
man. I love this dude like a brother.
Barber
Man.
Lowe's.
That's my brother. Yeah, Lowe's.
Shout out to Get Chris.
Yo, Get
Episode
Chris.
1,
Bro,
25-8.
really?
I used to
Well, it
to
makes
get,
sense because you're from Compton and he's in Paramount.
He's in Paramount, so it's like right
Okay.
next door. So I'll go, you know, when he was in Paramount, fucking cutting my hair before the shop, before the glory. So shout out to Chris though. Well, yo, he told me, hey, I'm gonna be at a studio session. So I met Cap.
Facts.
Blanco was at the same session.
Facts.
I met that, and then it was so funny how things worked out, because Fresh Ave is somebody who I used to like listen to, who was
Yeah,
actually a
rest in
battle
peace,
rapper.
Fresh Ave.
Rest in peace to Fresh Ave on YouTube, and I didn't even know. Like I would just watch him on YouTube, and then come to find out, these guys have relations to Fresh. So that was crazy.
Yeah, full
That shit-
circle.
yeah,
It's been
full
15 years or so,
yeah.
man. Something wild.
No, yeah. So I mean, rocking with Cap giving me actually my first gig to perform at. It was in I think
M-Bar?
East Los.
Yeah, M-Bar. Shout out to M-Bar.
So that was lit
Shout out
too,
to
so-
Lalo, the entertainer, for that too, man. I
Right.
appreciate
Hell
you,
yeah.
man. Thank
So
you
yeah.
so much for that.
Nah,
It's been a
good
blessing,
shit,
man.
bro.
It's been a blessing ever since. Yeah,
Nah, hell yeah.
yeah, and I've been, able to have the royalty to meet you guys through Cap. So
I know.
Yeah,
Cap
shout
brings
out to
everyone
Cap.
together.
Shout out to
yeah, that's
motherfucking
the
Cap,
guy,
bro.
man.
What's
Hey,
up,
man.
Cap?
Sometimes you just got to be the glue, Sometimes
Rico.
you just bring people in. I'm like gravity, bro. I just bring everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I started very young. I was actually thinking about it last night, how I got into music, and it was funny story. My father used to go to Havasu, Lake Havasu, Arizona, every year, boat, the whole joint, and I was
Shout out
in
to
charge.
Don. Shout out to Don.
Shout out to Don Harry. I was in charge of curating music and CDs. So if you're not aware of what a CD changer is, the Discman had 6 slots.
Yep.
So if you weren't able to put 6 fire CDs together and be able to like navigate through
keep the
that
party-
album
Yeah.
and keep the party rocking, you were gonna get booed the fuck off the stage. 7-year-old me
Hell
was
yeah.
over there getting things together and picking out. You had Bob Marley and the Wailers greatest hits. You had AC/DC greatest hits. Metallica Black Album. I think there might have been the Chronic album in there. And now you have to navigate that because you had to play the bangers.
Yeah.
You had 2 hours where the boat was parked before you had to start the boat up again for the generator gas to flow. So you had to play the banger.
Little
you know.
7-year-old Cap.
Yeah, I was getting to it, bro.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Sneaking in a
Yeah.
sip of a beer every once in a while,
Yeah.
checking out a
Hey.
titty, throwing some beads, throwing some beads, But yeah, man, I think that's probably when I would honestly say I fell in love with music. But I feel like maybe I should have gotten like veered into like DJing or something because I was able to like curate sound.
Feel the vibe.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
know.
get,
And then I got a little older, and a buddy of mine was writing music. He was writing raps, and he wasn't very good. We weren't very good. How good can you possibly be in the 7th grade? But just a little after junior high, getting into high school, it got a little bit more into depth and kind of fell in love with kind of programming my mind to be able to put patterns of raps together. And maybe like sophomore year, I was in a lot of trouble. I was kind of...
Where are you from, Cap? Where'd you grow up? Where high school did you
honestly,
go to?
I'm ubiquitous. I'm going to say I'm from Southgate. I went to school in Downey. I went to school in Anaheim Hills. I went to school in Montebello. I went to school in Garden Grove. I went to school I think when I finally graduated high
why'd you
school,
bounce around a lot?
troubled, bad set of cards, And I was defiant, bro. I was a nuisance. I was wild. I was reckless. I did stuff out of impulse. I still do things out of impulse. Didn't quite grow out of it. But the truth of the matter is, at that time, I was still so immature that I didn't realize the consequences of my actions. So I would constantly get in trouble. And eventually, schools and districts, they get tired of you. And they say, you can't come here anymore. So then you put you in these programs where they're like, I think the quote unquote is continuation school. And then when you mess up at continuation school, like you have probation schools. and probation schools are just a whole different demographic of academics. Like, it's basically jail without jail. Like, I go in, I check in, I have, you know, X amount of hours I need to be there. There's X amount of curriculum I need to accomplish per day, and that's how they kind of.
It's kind of, those schools are kind of weird.
They're
right?
terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
no, they're terrible, bro.
And
Bro,
I
you
and
take
I
a
can
packet
relate
home,
on him
right?
with the continuation
Yeah,
because I
it's
went
terrible.
to continuation as well, and that was something that, you know, it's along the same lines as being like not falling in line with everything that they want you to fall in line with.
They
And
were
it's just-
trying to
it's-
teach. They were trying to teach me some boot camp stuff at an age where I wasn't
Right.
able to sponge it in. And,
Yeah.
and the truth of the matter is, it's
You're not going
It
to
was-
regurgitate that.
no, bro.
Right.
It's so hard
Get outta here,
to
you
soak
know?
that in. But I had a lot of downtime in that process because I was, you know, this may come off wrong, but I was a lot more advanced than the kids I was in trouble with.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I was just a cut above them. Unfortunately, I know it sounds wrong, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was able to finish my work and have hours of downtime, and I spent that time writing. And you know, I was
No, yeah.
I had a computer at home, so I was able to download instrumentals back then and put them all, burn a CD, and get, you know, hours of beats. And I would just sit in the corner with my CD player, you know, Walkman joint in the back in the cut, and I'm penning stuff to beats that I thought were fire.
Yeah,
And
hell yeah.
I eventually started to get better. I'm not gonna say I was good because I was not good. And then it caught wind that people were, oh, you raps. I was like, bro, like, shut up. Like, I don't rap. I write.
I'm having a
I
good
write
time,
raps,
yeah.
but I don't rap out loud. I can't. I don't think anybody had even heard me out loud. I don't think I did at one point. But like 11th grade, I would say that's kind of when like,
It was like the
you know,
turning point.
I grabbed, you know, I put my nuts on the table and I spit out loud and like.
Where was this? I don't even know this story, bro.
No,
What the
it's
fuck was
like a
this?
random cipher at a Cal High in Whittier. Random cipher. Everybody was sucked, bro. There wasn't no like super fire rappers at that time. Latinos, anyways. You know, we were very scarce. So I kind of grew some confidence because I didn't get booed.
Yeah.
Nobody walked off saying, "Oh, he's trash." I was just kind of like, "Oh shit, I'm all right."
What the
You know?
fuck?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get booed, so I took it like a win. So I walked off, and then I kind of kept going, and then so the way that I started to get better at rapping was rapping the raps out loud. I would write them because on paper it sounds super gas,
yeah.
but the tempo is not there. So you have to be able to be like, you know, put your shit in
I
cue.
mean, we all, it's in your
Having
head's
that
a little
flow
different.
pattern,
yeah,
yeah, no, it's
in your
definitely-
head, everything sounds fire.
Fuck, shit. hell
Jay Z every bar,
Every
on
bar.
paper, you know.
Damn, it sounds fucking hard as fuck.
And then
But
you
then
spit
it-
it out loud, you're like,
Damn.
Man, guys.
red pen through it.
And
Get
it
that
matters,
outta
like,
here.
Cut
just
that
building
out.
that
Come on,
delivery.
paper, throw it in
I
the
used to
trash.
have those little notepads, man. Those little paper joints. I used to have
Yeah.
them things filled. I used to leave them in the bathroom when I used to take dumps, and I'd be in there rapping, bro,
Yeah.
writing
Yeah,
raps
cool.
in there, and then I go decipher them after. But
Yeah.
yeah, like that's probably when I started rocking. I think I recorded my first record senior year.
Senior
Southgate,
year, yeah.
Cypress Ave, JCL,
Fun.
Renovation
Cypress
Productions.
Ave,
Very
man.
early.
Yeah.
If anybody watches this and you remember that, you'll be able
So that
to
was
be
your
able-
first record?
Yeah. I rapped over The Truth
So
beat
were you,
over
you were,
Beanie
you
Siegel.
were 18?
No, I was 17,
17?
16. I'm late in the year, so September. I'm September, so yeah, I had to be 16, maybe just turned 17.
When did you get your first record, Kelly?
Fuck, what was that? Like probably what 2010, I would say.
2010?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
that's
this is
still
a record
though,
called
man.
Little Mommy that I hope nobody looks up.
It's
Oh,
out.
what's the name of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Google that.
I
We
don't
need
know,
that.
bro.
Uh,
You
get
It
choose
was on
that.
some website.
shit about the
shouldn't have
cameras
been
that you guys
up. I
already
was like,
heard
I
that.
thank
Pull
God.
out, pull
Yeah.
out the LimeWire real quick.
I was like, yo, I hope nobody.
Lil
finds-
Mommy.
It's just one of those records, bro.
Sounds
You know, like,
fire,
but
bro.
it was like more like a ballad record.
Was it
I
under
feel
J
like.
Soul or Calais?
It
What
was,
was her
under, it was
name?
under like Cali or Jawan Cali, like when I was using my
I think
first
he used to
name
be
with my
Jawan
last-
Cali.
Jawan
I met him when he was Jawan Cali.
and then that's when I went to Cali, and then I went to Calais, and then down to Jay. So it's just like
Yeah.
you know,
Rebranded.
yeah,
Ain't no big deal.
rebranding, and it's you know, it's like finding myself and
Yeah.
understanding like where I'm gonna go. But
I
I,
used to
feel
be
like
one.
I feel that like that cipher that you had in you know at school and shit. Like man, you must have like a fucking nervous wreck because you don't know, bro. Like you're
Yeah.
going in there and then like you know
Well,
you're
people
probably
are gonna,
working
like,
on things at home, and then you come in and now you're showcasing what you've been working on this whole time.
Yeah.
You know how much
You don't know about
nerves
the
run through
feedback.
your
Yeah, you
body,
don't know
bro.
If you
feedback,
get nervous,
yeah.
you forget all
You
that
forget
shit.
all that shit. It's just like your brain just goes blank, and then but I know you killed it. So you know it's just being in those
Terrible
pockets
freestyle.
and finding yourself. But it was good though. You took that step and you felt that thrill, and then once you feel that first like that moment,
Yeah.
then you capture it. Then you understand how to control it. You know,
Well,
and then
and
that's
you
when
want more of it.
you want more
Yeah.
of it. Then you're on now. The next thing you know, you're on the stage rocking
Yep.
shit,
We were
and people are
talking
like,
about
"How's
that
this guy such a natural?" Because you know you've been
been
in that.
there,
You
yeah.
put yourself. You took fear out of the equation,
Yep.
and you put yourself in the position to be like, "Yo, I do this shit." And that's why I feel like where we're at, and then that's when you get that type of the respect and the acknowledgement and people saying, "Wow, like you're great." It's like, but it didn't take overnight, man. It took us to rap and cipher in high school. It took us to be at the party. It took us not just applying ourselves.
If you've never performed in a room that was like just your family and friends, and it was just empty and no one showed up, and it's just a room full of just your people, you will not be able to relate to
Rude
that.
awakening, huh?
It's so different. Like, you could be in a room in a club, and we were talking about that earlier too. You do performances in clubs, and no one cares.
No one cares.
Because like they're in a club
Doing their
environment,
room,
trying to have
yeah.
fun. Then this
Yeah.
random
Weekend.
artist trying to promote this single comes up, and it's like no one cares.
Yeah, like who is this cat?
It's a bunch of like
You do
Faces,
those,
you
you
know,
do
like-
those shows in those little pop-up spots, and you're like, the room's empty. You're performing. It's basically like a ghost performance. It's
Yeah.
basically you getting reps in.
How the fuck you get through that? God damn.
you just gotta
Yeah.
it's just pursuing through it, and then you know what? But the people who did show up, your people who are grinding with you and say, "Yo, you
They might
killed
be
it,
at the
you
next
did
one,
that.
yeah,
Let's
for
go do
sure.
this." They love
100.
it,
Yep.
and that's enough for you at that point. You
Head
know,
down, keep
It
going.
gets you
huh?
to the
Yeah.
next
It gets you
level.
to that
I'd be
next
happy if
level.
anybody
One
was
step
there.
further.
Anybody was
My first performance was at a church.
Word?
Yeah, Southgate at the church on Firestone and State Street. First, I forgot all the words. I had recorded the
yeah.
record like 2 weeks. It was my first record. It's a matter of fact. No,
Hey, yo, that's the worst part. No, you gotta act like
you
the mic guy.
Eminem
That's
and
the
Eminem.
hardest shit.
Worse than
You're
him,
like,
bro. At
the
least
beat's
he-
going. He's like,
no.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
it was worse
Walk
because
off
he didn't
stage.
say nothing. I was over here mumbling and shit.
And I do that, like, yo, sometimes it happens, bro. You be up there and you forget
Oh,
some
it's
shit. You just
terrible.
gotta be like, and you gotta act like
Is
the
what
mic
it
guy.
is.
You're like, this shit.
Oh, man.
It is what it is.
It's my family church, bro. Like my grandma's been going to this church her entire life. I've been like, I probably got baptized at this church. My mom went to this church. I went and embarrassed my entire family on the stage. That was terrible.
Hey, please get my nephew in.
Yeah.
The pastor's like, mother.
The beat was so killer that it was able to drown it out, and I was able to mumble it because we were rapping over the MP3. So like it wasn't just the empty vocal during the
right.
verse.
Yeah.
If it was just the empty, like a TV track where the verse was
man.
empty, and then I just straight fumbled it, like it would have been horrific. It would have ruined me. But they played the MP3 in the background, so the words were still going through the speakers. I just was not knowing the
doing
words.
this
You know?
shit. And like,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
the bad thing is, bro, is like when you get like to a venue and like the engineer doesn't know shit about anything. Like, so say it'll just be like some regular like bars or stuff,
Yeah.
and the guy who has the mixer doesn't know how to EQ a vocal, so you sound all muffled. And bro, those are like the worst. ones.
Yeah,
But I mean, like
man.
you still
It's a
do it.
learning
It's a
experience,
learning
yeah.
experience. You still do it. You still try to, it's
But like us starting off, man,
knowledge.
with the podcast too, man. Like we had no knowledge of any of this stuff,
Right.
starting off, and like it's new to us. Like the mics, the cameras, the fucking, all the apps on the fucking computer that it all gets transferred to, and making sure
Yeah, man.
everything's like in line. Like, bro, it's so much shit.
Saw
have
that
to-
learning curve and learning
Yeah.
process.
behind the scenes stuff that people just have no idea about.
yeah.
No, they,
No
they see the
idea.
final product. They
Yeah,
don't see
exactly.
Straight up.
the work that goes into it. The ingenuity. This is ingenuity at its finest. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras going. There's lights,
1, 2, 3,
wires.
4,
There's
5, yeah,
4
6.
microphones. There's a lot that goes into
Go
this
into
stuff.
this. You gotta do.
I applaud all podcast people. I don't even really listen to music. In the morning, I don't listen to music. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your day going.
Yeah, get the
know?
brain functioning at its highest, capacity and,
Get
and,
going.
and try to soak up some information. And then throughout the day, I listen to music.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. In the mornings, like when I wake up, I'm always on like my motivational shit too. I
Yeah.
have like an app that just gives me like the motivation stuff that you see on like IG reels.
You're amazing.
So
Oh,
I'm
for
just
sure.
continuously
great.
like 7:30, wake
Affirmations?
up,
You're the
bam, yeah,
best.
affirmations, brushing my teeth.
You have to constantly
Just like the
keep
dude
that
from
in your
what
face.
the,
though.
the Nacho Libre joint. Remember when he had the dude that was like telling him everything?
Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
honestly,
Ramses is the best.
I'll
right?
pay
Like,
somebody
you
to
want-
tell
you
me
have
those
to
things
keep
all
that
day.
in your
Yeah.
face, though.
You
know what I
have
mean?
to,
In order
because
to
you gotta
like,
believe it. Yeah.
to believe it. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta believe.
Yeah.
Gotta believe it.
Confidence is something you can't buy. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
That stuff is acquired through maybe the smallest achievements, but you become more confident
Yeah.
in what you're able to capitalize on.
Thick skin, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Thick
comes into
skin
play,
is
you
something
know?
that's
Yeah.
super rare. I feel especially now more than ever, people have very thin skin, very sensitive.
Yeah.
They get
Unfortunately.
offended easily. It's a weird.
It's a weird.
Yeah, it's a
time.
weird time for sure.
It's
It
definitely
is.
a weird time. And like that's like that confidence can get you to a lot of things, bro. Confidence can get you to a point where you get a job that you never thought you could have, just because you know that
Yeah,
you
you can
can.
pitch
Bro,
it.
Absolutely.
And then you're pitching it to the person that was interviewing you, and like, man, I got this. Like,
Nah, it's
don't
funny,
even
man.
stress.
Why
You
not?
know, don't
'Cause-
even stress about it. Like, I got this.
Yeah, 'cause
and then,
No, sorry. Yeah.
No,
you're
yeah,
right,
no.
But we're going back to the younger generation. Like, you have younger brothers. I have younger brothers.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
and you, like, kind of see them, like, interact with. Nothing against them, and I fucking love them. And, you know, bro, honestly, they're smarter than we are, 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I feel like
we have more of the street intellect,
Right.
I would say.
hands-on stuff.
Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm far more advanced than them, but as far as like what their mental capacity is to get like electronics and data
Technology.
and
Yeah.
being able
It's
to look up
crazy.
stuff. Dude, I used to have to read books and go through like chapter 6, page 80 to get an
Straight up.
answer.
Now all they do is
Now
Google.
they Google it.
Google.
I
Or
would
you-
be a straight A student if I had
Shout out
Google
to
right
Chat
now.
Chat
GPT.
GPT.
Yeah, literally, the
Dog,
AI.
You know, like,
kidding me?
bro, you know how many
Shout out to
emails
Cliff
I
Notes.
sent out? Just like I'll put like some bullshit stuff, like, yo, make this sound a little
Make
more
it sound
professional.
I
And then bam,
plagiarized
and
my
just
whole
come
high
out,
school
copy,
life
paste,
That
switch
shit
up a
is
few things.
nuts.
It's nuts.
Hashtag plagiarized.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
mean-
say you haven't used it. I've used it.
No,
in my
I've used
business.
it. I
You
mean,
use it
even
in
like
your
they
business.
have AI and like music production now, which is like very crazy. Like you have AI and music production where it's like I
That's
think
insane.
Waves
That's
just
the
like put
future.
out some new joint
That-
where like they're reading your vocals
Yep.
and then they're telling you like you can have it read your vocals and they
That's
give
wild.
you, oh, you should probably
Wild.
use
What-
this, or you should
really?
probably use
What
this
sounds
plugin or
cool
this
next?
plugin. So I mean, my whole thing is like it's a good and a bad thing because people aren't. But you know what? Things are supposed to get easier as we progress.
Right.
So you know, like just back in the day, people
gonna
were
be
like,
weird.
"Oh, like how you said you learned at MI,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you were just learning like
I was-
all the
I was literally
analog
about to tell that
stuff,
story
all
right
the
now.
street, yeah."
Terrible
so you
stuff.
do that, but now like
Dated.
those people at that time were talking a bunch of shit about the next gen who actually had digital, you know, recording studios, who can be at home and had DAWs and had plugins
Yeah.
that they could bring up.
So how do
Not
you
a reverb or not a compressor,
Yeah.
like you know.
So how
on
do you
the-
guys think people are going to compete in the future when all that shit's already fucking
They're doing it now.
pre-made?
They're doing
You know
now.
what I
They're
mean?
doing it now. It's
Yeah.
it's
It's
rinse.
hype.
No, it's word vomit.
Yeah.
You can, anybody can be an artist. You set up, you buy the
So
equipment.
it's the hype, then you're
boom.
behind it a little bit.
I don't know if it's hype. I think it's opportunity. I think it's
right people-
platforms.
Yeah.
I think if something catches wind, it'll go.
But what do you think about the longevity? Like you see these
They don't
cats
need it.
like
I think it'll be regulated
like-
eventually.
Designer with Panda, like that was a hit, you know, just because whatever it caught wind. But now like I haven't heard his shit in forever.
Yeah, because he had to recreate.
So how do
himself
you
'cause it
think
sounded
that's
He had
going
to
to do
rebrand
with
himself for
longevity
sure.
with all that stuff? Because the AI and
Gift
all
and a
that can
curse?
help you out.
right?
Let me
I
ask you
guess,
this:
but-
would you rather be a flash in the pan and get 2 million off of a single, or be the guy that has to work years to get that 2 million?
Mm-hmm.
At least if you had the 2 million in your account, you didn't blow it.
Right.
You have something to play with. You're able to put yourself in a position where you can.
It's hard. It's
reach
all
out to
perspective. It
producers.
depends on your situation.
Yeah,
you
and
know what I
I
mean?
and I think like
It's like a
eventually,
lot.
like,
He
it's-
won the lottery.
Yeah.
He won the lottery with Panda.
and eventually it's gonna get regulated. I feel like we're still in the early stages of it because
Yeah.
they're gonna have
What's
they're
gonna get
doing
regulated?
things like AI. I feel like AI there's gonna there's gonna have some
I
type
think
of
Oh,
regulation.
it's already getting
AI
regulated.
Yeah, it's
should've
getting
al-
regulated. Like
they
there's a
should've
lot
been
of
already
lawsuits.
regulated.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of lawsuits that are happening
Oh,
right
for
now.
sure.
So eventually, like when it starts dithering down, is you're gonna be limited. But at the end of the day, it's like okay. I feel like the best way to use it is when you have creative mind blocks. So say if you don't know what to write about, or
Right,
say like
right,
there's something
right.
where you're stuck, maybe you can get an idea. It's on you to grasp or copy and paste if you want
So
to
like
copy
you
and
said,
paste,
you entered
which I
some
wouldn't-
words first, and then it gave you something of that. You know what
So
I
it
mean?
gives you
It's not just-
something to go
something
off
of.
to
Yeah.
go off of, or be
Off
like,
of-
you know what,
like a
maybe
benchmark
yeah,
starting point.
right, because sometimes we do have
Sure.
mental blockages,
Yeah,
and
you're
that's just what
human.
it is. Life, whatever it is, we're human. So maybe in that case, if you're like a songwriter and you're trying to print out all these records to send to whomever, you know, but you have this mental blockage, so you're looking up, you know, okay, wait, song subject lines, or you know, you're stuck on something. Let me figure it out. Don't necessarily copy and paste. Get an idea, make it your own,
Right.
and then go.
It's like a
But
template.
don't do it to the point where you're just depending on AI
Right,
because then
right.
then that's
well, I
just
feel like that's what people are gonna do.
they're
though,
gonna do it, and
so,
I feel like
but-
that subtracts creativity. That subtracts
something
things
genuine about that, though.
from humans. Like, you know, from us being human beings, like that subtracts that thing from us, and I don't want it to get there
It's
because
too
I think
diluted.
creativity.
That's
makes-
diluted though.
Right.
You know, you listen to. I have a love-hate relationship with the new artists. Their music is diluted to me.
Why is that?
I feel like it's too cookie cutter. I feel like it's
In
the
what
template
way?
has been made for success. I feel like somebody made a song that worked, and now everybody's trying to make that same song. Every artist
Or
is
have
trying
that
to.
same sound?
It's the same sound for sure.
Bro,
I
like
mean,
the-
I'm
the-
only speaking
the
for
Ye
certain
artists
genres.
we're talking
Right,
about.
right.
Yeah, a lot of
Right.
a lot of the
No,
stuff that I don't want to name drop because I don't want to offend anybody, but there's a lot of stuff that gets produced that sounds the same. There's a lot of artists that try to recreate the same rap and a lot of songs. I'm not a fan personally because it's just not made for me. For one, I'm too mature for that shit. You know, it's not complex enough for me. It's not gonna get me aroused on any facet of it.
Right.
Well, you grew up on Jay-Z, bro. That's hard, man.
I grew up with such great people that it's so hard to shoot under that.
Right.
It's like,
well, you look for something different, bro. You guys are looking for more of the lyrics and,
but that too. I feel like the context is just not there anymore.
Right.
There is a handful of artists who are great. They're tiers above everyone else.
Yeah.
It's not even, the shade of gray is
not
so
even-
deep.
yeah.
It's like dope, and then like 100 levels of shit, and then everyone else. To me, that's my perspective. I'm officially an old head. I know the term is old head. I'm an old head now.
Washed.
Washed. That being said, my expectations
washed.
are so high for these
I'm in my
artists
perm.
that I'm like, dude, it's too diluted. It's weak. It sounds like they went and said anything over anything, and they shuffled it off and went to the next track.
Yeah.
Certain artists can do that and record 8-10 songs. I know French Montana is a masterful worker. He has confidence in himself. He records records. He knocks down 5-6 records a night, moves on with his day. Future, he works the same way, does not write anything. He raps what he does, and boom, he goes about his next.
Can
You
I
know?
throw
And I love both of those artists. Yeah.
You think drugs hadn't play with this shit? The
Uh,
way it's been viewed, like back in the day, drugs were viewed differently, more like hustle,
I
making
feel like
money.
people smoked
And now
weed
drugs
back
are
then.
drugs are more like use them now as opposed to making money off of them.
I think within
And
that,
now it's become more of a just like a.
Drugs have always been around.
well,
I
there
don't know,
was
but, like,
about
used
3 years
differently,
ago. About 3 years ago, you had I think the only people that made it out was Uzi and the other artist.
the lean and pill era.
Yeah, I think that with those artists, it was Uzi and the guy with the red hair. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but
Playboy
Trippie
Cardi?
Red or
Trippie Red.
yeah.
Trippie Red and Uzi were the only two people that kind of made it out of there. Everybody else, Well,
But
we lost X. I thought X was I think he would have been probably the guy right now,
Yeah.
because he was just so different. He wasn't just rapping,
was
or
abstract
he
for
wasn't
sure.
just I felt like he had
Wasn't a
different
huge fan, but
influences.
he's
the
dope.
more I'm just like, yo, X was,
Yeah.
that
They
guy.
still had shit back in
yeah.
the day, bro. Wayne with doing pills and
No, I'm
lean
talking
and all
before
that
that.
shit.
I feel like there was a switch in music where it became cool to be a user as opposed to a distributor of it. You know what I mean?
I grew up on drug dealer rap.
I hear you.
100%.
You know what
I
I'm
hear you
talking
though.
about?
Yeah.
And I think that
listen
might
to
have
drug
changed
dealer
the
rap.
sound of
Right.
music.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Shout out all the drug dealers.
No, shout out to all the drug dealers and whatever you're forte, whatever.
No,
But you know
honestly,
what I'm
that
saying?
money.
Yeah, bro, they were hustlers. That's incredible. I would list. This is gonna sound crazy. I would 100% rather listen to a dude rapping about making money off of selling whatever he wants to sell than listen to a dude talk about drugs, using drugs all the time.
Being fucked up. And
I admire the dealer more than I do the user, 100%. And if you don't agree with me, then we have different perspectives, and I understand that. But I'm not gonna listen to that. It's not for me.
Yeah, and it's a more polarizing, lifestyle. Just kind of going through or listening to
it's cool
artists
to
like
use drugs.
50 was,
50 didn't even do drugs.
Yeah, he didn't do drugs.
Didn't
But
even
like,
drink.
he was just,
Fuck
but he
yeah.
was just a
Didn't even drink.
hustler. He and the way when he broke out and the way he did things was just like that's why he got so much because he was respected and he was real.
100%.
When you
I
know
knew
people
50 was I knew 50 was the
who
man
came
when
from
my
that.
dad loved 50 Cent.
Sheesh.
My dad loves 50
Oh,
Cent.
I love
again,
50,
shout
bro.
out to fucking
Yeah.
Don.
He literally was like, "Yo, play that motherfucker, dude." I do. He's talking about that shit,
Real
bro.
shit.
He was like, "Yeah, that I know he's telling the truth." Yeah, bro. He
Let me
loved
hit a
it.
bar. Let me hit a
Get
bar.
Rich or Die
Let me hear a
Trying
bar.
was
me a
Don
three.
Harry's joint.
Give me a bar.
Nah, I ain't
See,
got nothing.
that-
Hustler's Ambition.
I'm a bone.
Oh, bro, everything, bro.
Hustler's Ambition is actually my favorite record from 50
Is that the
Cent.
I want the finest thing
In my life.
So I hustle.
Oh, bro, the ending
Fire.
of that movie when he just did out. The
The slept on. The
I'm
slept
like,
on
this is-
song on
When
this
he
was
comes
when
out,
it
takes
rains
the
and
vest
pours.
off.
on that track.
Oh, stop, bro. That was automatically epic, bro. Like legendary moment. I'm like
That scene where he's rapping when it rains and
movie?
pours and the CO was singing along to it.
when it rains.
That was hard.
That's just cool.
That movie. that
Shout out
movie
to
was
Fib, bro. Like
different. See,
Legend.
how am I supposed to compare? I'm gonna leave it blank to 50 Cent. It's not happening, bro. It's you guys don't got it. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Maybe somebody will sift through the cracks, will manage to make it, but
So you guys have been in the music
Work
industry
ethic's not
for
there.
quite a long time now. So what
Yeah.
kind of advice you give someone a newcomer coming in the industry to keep that longevity and be with these top
I can tell you
artists
what
that,
not to do. He might be able to tell you what to do.
Shoot it.
All right.
Like, go ahead. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
tell you what to do.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, don't keep your cup full. Make sure that you're networking. Make sure that you're at seminars. Make sure you're meeting people. You're greeting. You're talking to people. Be genuine.
Right.
Be genuine. Never stop learning. Always know what's going on when you're in the studio. Be that person, bro. Like, that's how you're gonna excel, like, in the music industry. Like, I feel like you just need to be present, be known. Never start grinding. Never tell yourself that you can't do anything. Like, you just have to do that, bro. Because once you start telling yourself that, then everything else stops. So I would say, man, just keep going. Don't think about it as tomorrow I'm gonna win. Look at this 5 years from now, 10 years. If you're gonna start now, build. It's a long game. It's a longevity. If you get lucky enough to get that hit within the 2 or 3 years, then that's what's up. More props to you. Yeah. But make sure that you know how to hone that success.
Right.
Because if you don't, then it's gonna slip away from you real quick. So just definitely keep learning, keep grinding, stay focused.
Too many people gunning for your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go to him though, what was like a breaking point or something that happened where it was like fuck, and then you were just like nah, fuck that, and you kept going. Like one moment you could think of?
Shit, man. I mean, a bunch of things, bro. I think
what's one that sticks out?
Oh, that sticks out.
All right, let me tell you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
Things that like fell through. I don't know. I think it's just like relationships, losing like the first manager that I was working with, and having to like leave that and seeing like, oh, is this really for? Yeah, severing ties. Like, is this really for me? Like, damn. Like, I don't know if this didn't work, then it might not work with nobody. Anything else. Right, maybe I don't really got it because you feel like the amount of work that I put in as an artist wasn't being appreciated. Gotcha. I felt like I was always not the third, not the second, not the third, not the fourth. I was probably like the sixth choice, and I just felt like when you get into that position, and I was green at the time, but when I noticed that, I was just like, you know what, I can't quit because this is something I love. This is my dream. This is my passion. Like, this is who I am. So for me to walk away from this means everything else stops. That's the moment you lose, when you walk away and you say, I'm done, or you feel like you gotta quit, and like, nah, don't ever quit. I think when you meet people
around you will tell you, they'll reassure you.
Yeah, and I think when you do music, it's just like you just don't ever, you won't. Whether it be you being the guy in the forefront, whether you be the guy that's the producer or the engineer or the manager or the A&R or the executive, and whatever you're doing, whatever route fits, PRing, you got to just stick to that and know what position you play and play it well and master that game, and that's how you're gonna win.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. So Cap, tell us what not to do.
What not to do. Do not think for one moment that there is not somebody better than you. For one, don't think for a second that there's not somebody that's working harder than you. You don't know people's journeys or stories. I might feel a level of low, but there's always going to be somebody lower than me in worse situations that's trying to better themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely took advantage of a lot of opportunities because I was ungrateful. And I know that now as an adult. I'm 100% mature enough to take accountability for the fact that I didn't take advantage of things for the sole fact that I thought they were going to be there. Like he said, tomorrow I got it. It's no big deal. I don't got to go to this session. I could be late. Yeah. I thought I was bigger than I was.
Right.
And in my head, I was. In my head, I believed it. And that's the worst part about it. As I thought I was one leg in, one leg out. I can step in whenever I want.
Yeah.
So I had the shit.
Go as you please.
Yeah. I feel like at the time I had the shit. I had the formula. I had the look. I had the style. I had the right people around me. I was able to maneuver in a way that other artists on my tier were not messing with me at. Level of confidence that wasn't the same. Nobody was able to match it.
And I could co-sign that.
I gave it to him too, bro.
Super co-sign.
Bro, it would bleed onto other people, bro.
Yeah.
Hang out with him just to feel that. You know what I mean?
And it was something majestic that can only be recreated with another reenactment of that, And that being said, I took time in the studio for granted. Instead of drinking and messing with some chicks or texting or fucking with the homies or whatever the case may have been, instead of sitting next to the engineer and learning how he's doing things so I can re-emulate that, I fucked it off. Instead of spending my downtime learning how to make beats, I was spending it fucking around. And I look back at it now and I'm like, dog, I was in the studio with this person.
Some of the dopest fucking people.
Man, I was in there with some great people, bro.
And I can vouch for that shit.
Yeah,
sometimes I've woken up and Cap's like, hey, bro, let's go here. I'm like, no idea where I'm going. bro, I end up at fucking Carlos Santana's fucking studio,
Facts.
like shit like that, bro. Justin
Facts.
Bieber recording next to us.
Door,
Yeah,
I'm like,
insane.
Yeah, and again, and me being so comfortable with where I was, I took that stuff for granted. And it's almost a gift and a curse. And this sounds crazy to repeat. If I would have gotten it at that time, I would have fucked it up.
Yeah.
Because I didn't appreciate that shit.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Even if God gave me it all,
Sure.
I would have fucked it off.
Yeah.
Because I was having so much damn
Yeah.
fun.
That gives me the chills, bro, because I feel
Bro,
the
it's
same
real.
way.
It's real.
I got to wake up in the morning and look at the man in the mirror.
You feel like you'd be dead.
And I tell myself, damn, if they gave me that bread, I would have fucked that up.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you
Hey,
get there, you
I'ma
gotta learn
turn
how to
it
own that
in,
shit,
bro.
bro.
Like, blessing in disguise.
100%.
It would have been.
No,
Hey,
yeah.
man.
You could have been flying down PCH in a Rari and
Oh,
killed yourself.
1,000%.
That's it.
100%.
You know?
Amongst
Like-
other things, for sure.
Yeah.
My biggest distraction was like the girls and the temporary fun and stuff like that. That was like my way of trying to fill the void of whatever psychological imbalance I had growing up from my mom or my dad or something, like wanting to feel loved or wanting to be praised or whatever those things may have been. But I longed for it. So on my time away from working, I considered that work. I was on that. You know, I wanted to be in the spots where everybody was eating at. I wanted to go hang out at the clubs where everybody was partying at.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily popping bottles or whatever the case may have been, but like you're
Just
in
chilling.
an
Yeah.
aura of vibe, and I would feed off of it. It worked well for me musically because I went back and I was able to reiterate the experiences and tell my stories and my perspective, and you know the level of confidence that you get from being able to pull a baddie or whatever the case may have been. I was able to project that back out on the records. So yeah, kudos to me for being able to articulate that. But at the same time, like, it was setting me back, and I didn't realize that until I got older, when it was time for me to budget my bread a little bit more, and I had to like not get 8-hour blocks. I had 4-hour blocks, so I don't have 3 hours to bullshit and get drunk and eat and write. I had to come 4 hours prepared to go do 3 records, and I had to know the records and know everything that I was doing and everything else that goes along with it. And unfortunately, like, I wasn't prepared the way I should have been. I didn't have that work ethic. I didn't memorize my lyrics. I would go in there and I would hear a beat and I only had a chorus or a quarter of a verse or some shit, and I would go and I'd have to wing it, and it wasn't ever as good as it was if I sat with it and kind of let it,
bro. But not to
marinate.
get religious with it,
Yeah.
but man, God gives you what you're ready for.
No, God
I'm
does.
happy to be where I'm at, bro.
100%.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
God does, bro.
And honestly,
I'm an ass kick,
like,
but
I don't
I'll take
regret
it.
anything I've done. I'm pretty sure you're the same way. I
Yeah.
don't regret everything in my past or anything like that. If I could start from scratch, I'd do the same shit.
Right.
Right?
No, yeah, I would, and that's what
I'll probably take
bro.
a couple nights back.
God first than
take a
anything,
couple
bro.
of
Because I
nights
feel
back,
like, and
especially
I'm
when
not,
doing stupid
and
shit.
I feel it. Like, you're not trying to get to, but yeah, God first, because that's what's gonna happen, bro. He's gonna put you in position. And to add to what you guys, to what new artists should learn is not only knowing how to create, but understanding the business of music.
The business
Understanding
is the most important
business, understanding what contracts are, understanding what utilizing the money, because you said you would have messed up a lot of money, or things started
1000%.
dithering down because from 8-hour
Not
studio
that
time
that I
shit
would
went
have
down.
messed it up.
So-
I messed
Yeah,
it up.
So people think of the music, but like when you guys say the business of
The
it, what do you guys
business
mean
of
the
it.
business of it?
So
Like
the business side-
the contracts,
The
you know,
contracts, the people, the
no, tell me,
network,
I don't
the,
know.
the
Yeah.
contracts,
Looking out for
networks, the
yourself.
management, the publishing, the distribution, like understanding, like where your money's going,
Yeah.
like
The ins and
having
outs.
the ins and
Yeah.
outs, like understanding how much you're
Super
investing,
important.
what is your return, what works, emphasize if something worked, if a record it went viral, or you got the most hits on that record. Understand, like, or try to analyze it to where, like, okay, what made that record pop off the way it did? Let me replicate that and let me redo that and let me see if it happens
different
again.
fashion,
That's
yeah.
that's when you start finding your sound, because something worked there.
Right.
People gravitated towards that, and you just got to understand what it is, understand how to replicate it, and then when the business side comes, whether you're signed to yourself, if you're going to be an independent artist and you sign to yourself,
Independent is hard work.
Yeah, independent is definitely hard work, and that's knowing A through Z, not A through B, because
You
A
have to
through
be
B is just
polished.
the next step.
Yeah.
You got to learn the
Everything.
full spectrum. We're talking A through Z.
And the platforms are there, bro.
Yeah.
The platforms to be able to do those things that you didn't think you were capable of doing are there.
Well, especially nowadays.
Like
Right.
entry level stuff was probably like what Reverb Nation was
Yeah,
probably
I
like
would say
entry
that.
level,
Mhm.
and then like higher top tier stuff was United Masters is
Right.
probably the most successful one now. At least to my recollection. Right. United Masters basically gives you a breakdown. It gives you a distribution. It gives you all the tools that a person's going to need to be able to get your publishing in order.
So break it down for us, because I don't really understand too
so
much.
I don't want to butcher this because I don't know too much into depth
yeah.
about United Masters. But essentially what it does is it gives you the opportunity to understand what is yours.
What's in your contract.
What's yours.
For you. So it's maybe like a legal system.
It has a split sheet.
Okay. Yeah, the split sheets are already embedded. If someone doesn't know what a split sheet is, basically a contract that separates what is entitled to you as far as your publishing goes what's going to everyone else. Distribution-wise.
Oh, man, they should have had that shit since the fucking jump.
So not to derail you.
No.
But I went to school. I went to Musicians Institute of Hollywood in 2010, I believe. I think I'm alumni 2010. That being said, everything they taught me in that program for music business became obsolete months down the road because they didn't even have digital distribution yet, B. Right. We didn't even, they did the Apple Music, the Spotify, Pandora might have been around, but Pandora that was a cultivated, curated thing. Like you had to be like signed with a catalog to be on Pandora. Now I can upload a song right now that I recorded out here in this patio straight to Apple Music in a day.
Yeah.
This ain't no regular patio.
Yeah, I mean, like I distribute. I have my own channel on Pandora. You know, so you have that. Like,
and what I went to school for was street team stuff. How to guerrilla build your
guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, guerrilla marketing. Try to build your marketing campaign up, and that doesn't work anymore because. Why am I going to go out and go spend hours of my time making posters, spending money on stickers and blah, 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 when I can go and post on the internet and get the same amount of impressions or more and pay for some type of ad and run that campaign on who owns Instagram is
Facebook.
It's Facebook. And they own Twitter too?
No, they don't own Twitter.
Shout out to Poppy Elon.
Elon was Twitter. But he was talking about buying Facebook, which I doubt it's gonna.
Well, I can buy anything, bro.
Yeah.
I'm for sale too. Elon,
that shit.
Elon, yeah, you want?
I'm for sale too.
25-8, Elon, what's up?
What's up? Winning some sponsorships.
Yeah. But knowing that business is very essential. Like if you know how to move and you know like when you're in position and how to capitalize on it, that's what's gonna work for you.
You think the percentage changed? Because when I was coming up, it
was
80-20. That's what they called it. It was 80% business, 20% talent.
Break it down, bro.
Break deals.
You guys are getting way above my head, bro.
The 80-20 rule.
It was the 80-20. At least to my recollection, it was 80% business, 20% skill.
Yeah, it's still that.
You think it's still that?
Yeah, it's still that. Well, I mean,
so
like
20% skill meaning the artist.
Yeah, but us talking about certain artists who are popping right now and aren't really that great, that automatically gives you the proof that it's 80-20. But 50 of that 80 is probably investment money.
Facts.
You know, like, so you think about it like that. If you have people who are backing you and you find a really good investor, then your numbers are up. You're in position. So capital does help.
The labels,
but some capital doesn't help. Yeah. Some people who just aren't messing with these like industry plants or people who are just like like there's no authenticity behind the artist where people can't vibe with it. Like, okay, I just seen you on IG one day and then all of a sudden you're on this big stage. Yeah, that doesn't make me buy into you as much as I buy into J. Cole. Like J. Cole, you can tell. Like he can, because he talks and he's very detailed about what he talks about. So then therefore you know that can relate. You know. I think my neighbors think I'm selling dope. Like, like that shit is.
That video he released was crazy.
They for sure think we're selling dope or doing some shit.
Like I'm just saying, like that's a real situation.
Yeah,
bro, look at the neighbor.
He had like the feds pull up to his crib and blow his fucking door down and stuff. And he had the camera angles of showing the SWAT or something. It's real. No, it's like his cameras from outside of his house. You see
I didn't know
breaking through his door. And
he got it from probably the hotel. He probably bought it off them.
Crazy.
Let me get some of this footage.
I didn't know that.
No, it's his actual crib.
Oh, that was his
they thought it was some dope deals.
Yeah, I guess his neighbor called the cops and thought he was.
He's in there recording.
Different, and they have a bunch of people literal video. You can find it on YouTube of them like battery ramming in his door, the SWAT team, and there's cameras of it from outside of his home.
I didn't know
filming
that.
them.
Crazy.
And then he made that record.
Right.
Wow.
So,
I don't want those problems.
No.
Stay up off my porch.
I don't know.
Nah, get me out of here.
Yeah.
You see this view? I don't know if you guys could see the beauty today.
Amazing.
I wore Hoochie Daddy shorts because it's Hoochie Daddy season officially. Day 2 of Hoochie Daddy season.
Hoochie Daddy season in
I don't
full effect.
exactly
what if his
know the
nuts
date
gonna
that this
pop
is gonna
out
be
right now?
released,
Yeah, we're
but
gonna have to
wowzers.
blur that shit out.
I showed off a little thigh today.
Testicle popping out real quick.
I know. I wore the shorts with the nets.
I got
a pair of shorts with nets on.
I didn't
want them to blur my.
That's fun, but thank you guys for joining us here. But
yeah.
So when did you guys get into like doing stuff together? I know you guys got some stuff going or had. Some stuff
he tried to show off in the studio one time, spit a bunch of stuff he wrote.
No, what happened? So you guys knew each other.
He keeps thinking I wrote these bars.
Let me hear this fucking story. Let me hear this fucking story. All right, no. Hey, Jawan, let me hear it from Cap.
Okay.
No, I gotta hear from Cap.
Let him tell the story. I'm gonna butcher the story.
No, dude, go for it.
Because I know Cap's gonna throw some sights on there.
I was like, it was a starstruck moment for me. But
man, I'm in the studio recording a record.
As the underdog.
No, let me tell. I'm in the studio recording a record. It's a room, but everything's in the same room. So like the microphone and everything's in the same room with the engineer. He's got the whole thing up.
Bo Pesci.
Bo.
Oh, shout out to Bo Pesci.
Shout out to Bo.
Wherever he's at.
God.
Yeah.
So I'm cutting my joint up, whatever. I wrap it up. At the end, we had some time left. So I was like, yo, put us some beats. Let's get we'll get this shit off. So whatever, boom, boom, boom. I'm getting whatever I have left in my system off. And then this guy comes over here and starts kicking some A1 shit. I'm like, oh, he's spitting some shit he wrote. So I go off. I'm off the top always. I'm always an off the top guy. I don't spit no stuff that I wrote. I'm to this day, because he's never came correct that way off another freestyle.
When?
Bro,
After that, so...
Nah, bro, he had Tom Brady come back and do all types of bars that day.
Bro, I was on it, bro. Like, it was just,
not taking nothing away from
Calais has some bars, bro.
It was that state of flow,
Calais has some
bro.
bars, bro.
But he freestyle was too good.
I don't miss.
That freestyle was too good to not be rehearsed, bro.
Baby.
He rapping me in my own session, bro.
So he cooked you? He cooked you at Bo Pesci?
Barbecued, bro.
He cooked you at Bo Pesci?
Barbecued. I got reverse seared, bro. He cooked me a little bit and then seared my shit at the end, bro.
Calais, what'd you hit him with, bro? What'd you do?
I don't
remember that verse.
Remember the verse.
Yeah. You go back in your book and read it.
But it was nah, hell no. It was a freestyle for sure.
Bro.
And I was like, yo,
but
it was like one of those moments where you're so fucking nervous. When I was telling you about the cipher, like, bro, like, you so nervous, you catching the state of flow, and I'm just like going and I'm looking at him while I'm doing it. So I'm like,
he was so good.
It's just making sense, and I'm just going, and then bro, it just
blockbuster performance for sure.
And what? So you were impressed with, and you guys just.
And I got beyond impressed. I still think it's been 15 years. I still think he wrote that shit. It was that good.
I didn't write it though. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Shout out to Calais, bro. And then what? You guys obviously had some mutual friends in the music game, right? And then
yeah.
How'd you guys decide to collab?
Met everybody through the same circle of people.
Yeah. But we're cooking now though. Like, so we got some stuff in the works, and we're definitely dropping in summer. The 25A record that I did for you guys. So we're gonna cook on that, and then we have a bunch of other stuff that we've been.
There's a lot of stuff that we kind of want to marinate with.
Yeah.
I told him that if I do make any more music, it would just have to be with him and me and him sitting in a room and doing things that I love.
Yeah.
I won't do it unless I love it.
Mm-hmm. You can't add too many people in the mix either.
No, it's literally just gonna be him and I. And if I do bring anybody in, it's just chorus based.
Yeah.
Maybe. And there's nothing that I feel that him and I can't do. We don't need anybody else.
Like that Long Beach record that we wrote.
That was fire.
For Jesus.
We wrote it for Jesus.
That was lit.
That was fire. But
that was lit. It was lit.
We've done a lot of stuff that hasn't come out that has been fire. We have records that didn't come out that we even shot videos for that didn't come out that were fire. It was a designer shirt.
No, a designer shirt was a fire record.
Yeah. There was a lot of songs.
I remember that song.
You guys were in the video.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I remember pulling up to one of your.
That
one
was
of the first
joint.
times I started coming around.
Boy.
No, the first time was back in the day.
Yeah, the Rover.
With, the
you
Rover.
Brought the reins.
Kareem was there. With
that song never came out.
Bro,
that
night was
damn, bro, at me, bro.
Dude, what happened? Okay,
yeah, you stunk it up, is what happened.
Bro, I still have that picture.
The video was so like the editing was so butt.
The videographers were
they're blowing smoke out of the vape pens.
Yeah,
they were trash. The editing was so bad.
It was bad.
But anyway, it was a good time.
It was a good time.
I remember that though. Honestly, it was a great song. It was a great song.
Designer shirt was lit.
Yeah, man.
Hey, let's just get a bundle like a thing and just throw them all out.
That's what we're gonna do. I feel like just do it like singles.
Hey, if you guys comment and subscribe, I'll release every single song that I have.
Hell yeah.
On Apple Music,
Let's go.
Spotify,
comment,
any other.
It's on the record, man.
I won't even
It's on the record,
man.
Yeah, I'll put everything out. I have 2 unreleased albums. And the album that I actually have, and I'll put everything out. So please.
All right, how many views do we got to get for you to release your album?
Bro. Just tempt me with a good time, bro.
Hey,
I'm a narcissist.
Everyone, talk some motherfucking
Give me a reason.
You guys want to
up.
hear a motherfucking Calais or a motherfucking Cap album?
Give me a reason to act up.
Talk some shit right now. Let us know.
Yeah, well,
I want to hear this shit. God damn. Hell yeah.
That being said, I will do it. I promise.
Hey, I need a shot to that. Let me hit that. Hit that.
Grab it. Pause.
No, you.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh, you want me to take a shot?
Yeah.
Bro, my whole cup is full of alcohol.
Good.
All right, well, here, let me
take that off.
damn, bro. What's going on over here?
But
Saludcita, bro. Cheers.
let's go. I'm gonna take one.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm out here.
Go off, sis. I love this.
Rico.
There's nothing funner to me than this, bro.
Hell yeah.
If you're the type of person like me where you get like fixated on creating stuff,
Yeah.
you're never gonna not be in a position to do stuff like this and feel comfortable. Like I always feel comfortable in a situation like this. I don't like taking pictures of me. If that makes sense.
I don't
I'm
like
not a
taking- I don't
selfie
like
guy.
pictures in
I'm
general.
light
I hate
skinned, so
taking
I'm
pictures.
different. I gotta take pictures.
We know.
I hate taking. You and I hate taking pictures, and they love taking pictures.
I know Cappy
Yeah.
go to
I don't like
photos
taking
on
pictures. I
IG,
like
here
getting
goes
Boy.
John again.
There go Joan again.
It's
The
Jason.
fishnet shirt on.
Qué rico.
I ain't never wearing that shit again.
Hey man, somebody
glad-
leak that shit,
don't
please.
leak it.
I know somebody has a screenshot of him wearing that shirt, bro.
Guys,
He
guys,
wore
was
the
oh my
Chris
God.
Jericho shirt,
Guys.
the see-through one.
I
with
was feeling
the
myself that
sheen.
shit. It was just one
He
of
went-
those
he-
days, baby.
What the alias was Rico Suave.
Rico, it was the Rico, the whole Rico movement. Hey, that shit was working though.
The records
I ain't
were
even-
fire.
The records
But
were on.
I got a question though. Like,
Yeah.
so let's say we got a cat with like little cash flow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How's he come about to just start recording and get his name out there and stuff like that? What's a good advice for someone like that that just has little capital? I know it's better to have capital and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
what's the one thing you can tell that artist that just has a low capital and wants to fucking, if he's got his stuff going, wants to put his name out there?
I would say timing. Like, I mean, it depends on like how much is he starting late in the game? Is he like where is he at? Like,
If you don't have
That's
the
true.
tools,
where is he
yeah,
at? Because my thing is, if you have a little bit of capital,
No, let's say he's got a
invest-
little bit of capital, but everything else is on fucking
It's on point. Then
he knows
invest
how
in-
to record his own beats. He knows how to fucking
Does he
Invest
have
in
all the
yourself.
equipment
He
already?
has all the equipment.
Oh,
just,
what?
yeah.
The marketing.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta shoot
Marketing
it
for
towards
sure.
marketing. Don't spend on anything else but marketing.
Marketing.
Understand
the
understand
most fire
marketing.
song.
Understand
AI
Google
chat,
ads.
baby.
AI chat.
ChatGPT.
Look up
No
ChatGPT.
AI.
Figure out how to do the correct SEO for yourself, for
The
your
only
for your
AI
web
we
page,
like
for
is Allen
everything.
Iverson.
So market yourself.
PR.
answer.
Get a PR because if
The
you get a
answer.
PR, that PR is gonna put you in front of radio. You're gonna get radio interviews. You're gonna get podcast interviews like this. Reaching out to 25-8. Like I mean, like
Shout out
that's
to
what you gotta do.
25-8.
You get these. You
Supporting
get
your
these
local
contests.
independent
you let
artists.
people know who you are, and then that's how you're gonna elevate the
Yeah.
game. I feel like so if you're already good, you know what you're doing. You're recording. You can mix it yourself. It's ready to go. Music. Distribute the United Masters. Get on podcast before your drops. Make sure you're hyping everything up and everything drops at the same time. So it's not one stump. It's like 20 different stumps at one
Exactly.
time. So now it's
So when
it's
you look at
making,
the- when you
it's
look at-
making the
yeah,
ground
look at
shake a
some
little
numbers,
Hey,
bit.
what's the name of
Because
the
if you open someone's profile, but they only
long-haired
got
dude.
one thing there, no one's gonna
Nobody-
know with it.
Yeah.
But if he's got like a array of things, it's like
Little
okay,
resume.
I might be interested.
Online
in
resume.
Yeah, yeah.
Online
What's the
that's
kid's
it.
name? Hold on, I'm having a brain fart. The dude that did it. He's huge. Russ.
Oh,
Yes.
Russ.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Russ.
Russ
Shout out to
is like,
bro.
I
give him
li-
props
for the
I saw
TikTok
all his
stuff.
interviews too.
bro, that guy right there literally gave you the blueprint
Of
on
how to
how
do
to
it, huh?
independently market your music,
And wrote a book.
bro.
What's Rubber Book?
He wrote a book.
He
wrote a book.
Yeah, I think he made a whole book based on his journey. He said he dropped one record every week for like 2 years straight.
Wow.
Produced by him, recorded by him, mixed by him, mastered by him. That man deserves all the roses in the world.
He does.
And I think that's why he's highly respected. Not everybody likes his music.
But he's
And
I love
respected.
his music, bro.
I like his music.
music.
I
It's
respect
fire.
him though
Yeah,
more.
Russ,
You know?
No.
Yeah.
the highest of praises. Not that many people. I think off the top of my head, I can name a handful of them, but not that many people are 5-tool players like in baseball. Baseball, they say like, is he good? Is he a 5-tool player? Russ is a 5-tool player in this business. He could do anything
He
that you
understands,
need him to
and
do.
I think the reason he's so well is because he understands, like you guys were saying earlier, the business and shit behind
1,000%.
stuff.
Right,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
1,000%.
Not just putting out music, but he understands like the back end stuff of how he's gonna collect his paycheck and who's digging in his
that
pockets.
kid is so
you know what I
well-rounded,
mean?
bro.
And he was being very analytical. Like I was
1000%.
saying, he figured out what worked. He figured out that when he dropped the album, people were only listening to the first 2 records. And it started dithering down. The numbers started dropping after the first 2. So what he said, you know what? I'm not going to drop an album. I'm going to make an album
Straight
worth of
singles.
music,
Yeah.
and I'm going to drop them as singles.
Bro, he still does that shit.
He
He
still
has
does.
like
Why?
Don't
6 new
fix
singles.
it if
Yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
He doesn't even drop an
Don't
album.
Don't fix it if it ain't
fucking
broken.
fix the
They give
wheel.
you 2
You know?
minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds of a straight heater, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna run that
it
motherfucker right back.
Right
Yeah.
back. And he'd be like, oh, and I also like the
Exactly.
single he just dropped 2 days ago.
Banger.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Bro, that dude literally gave the future generation of entrepreneurs, because they're not artists anymore. These dudes are entrepreneurs. He gave these dudes something to feed their family with for generations.
Yeah, man.
If you use it correctly, obviously.
Yeah.
If I had a dude like that around when I was coming up, I'd be Gucci. But that being said,
take it more serious.
I'm proud. I'm very excited. I'm very happy that a person was able to demonstrate that, publicize it. Most people don't like to publicize it for whatever which reason or the other. But he put it out there. Trials, tribulations, wins, losses.
Transparency.
He was super transparent through everything that he did. And, you know, he's a winner. And shout out to him.
Loves him for that.
They love him.
Transparency.
What's like
a lot of people hate him, but they love him too. People who love him love him.
Yeah, it's not all roses, and that's what I'm saying. Like you talked about your losses. You talked about what didn't work. You talked about, like, you know, your stresses, and there's a lot of things that didn't work for me as well. You know, there's a lot of shit that didn't work. You know, like you're just kind of sitting there, like it's crazy, man. Like when we're an artist and you put 120%, and you're only getting back like 5.
Yeah. I can sit here and tell you guys about all the money I lost. Time is something I can't buy again.
Money.
The money that I spent.
Yeah.
I lost my hard drive with 2 albums. The hard drive contained records from Trinity, the records from the Audibles, the records with Pyro. That alone, just in purchasing beats,
crazy,
was $18,000 to $20,000. Not a lot. It's not huge. Crazy. But I'm not a millionaire, bro. 20 grand crippled somebody. I'm speaking for me now. This is not including the time I paid for the sessions. This is not including the time that I paid to get it mixed. This is not including the price that I paid to get it mastered. For features, I'm already like in a number that's someone's yearly salary that I lost from being ignorant, for not being wise enough to back up my hard drives. And some things those are the kind of setbacks that are crippling. The best way to get ahead of those things is one night out, I go to dinner, I spend $150, $200, you buy another hard drive. You back your work up in a hard drive. And then you back that one up with another hard drive. And then you back another one up with all of that shit and throw it in your safe and forget all about it.
Let me get into this a little bit. So now with all you guys' knowledge and like hard work and years of fucking rapping and being in the industry and seeing the back end stuff, do you guys now see yourself in a position to, you know, help other artists, you know, up and coming to, you know?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
With your knowledge?
Yeah, with the knowledge, definitely. Like I think, you know, that's one of my goals.
Got into maybe a managing position or anything?
I have.
Definitely signing my own artists and helping them out, because everything would be done in house. Because we know how to do everything. I know how to do everything. So it's like if I can do everything
in the house, that's the advantage, right? Like we were talking about with Russ and like not to get on our shit, but like we
consultant.
We produce all our shit too, you know?
Right, yeah.
And it's a
shout out to
bitch.
25-8. Look at these motherfuckers right
It's
here.
a bitch, bro. But
look at these boys.
I don't want to get on that,
but
but
that's a tie, man. But we get on our fucking editing
I mean,
game.
thank God with Google and YouTube and all that shit, and then help from you guys too, as well as shout out to some other people that helped us out too. But what you guys were saying is like, you know, that's, I think, the blessing in disguise of people like Russ, Nip, people like that that do everything themselves. Even if you had the money, it's still good to learn it yourself, because now you know how hard that shit is.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, you do it yourself.
Learn
so especially cats that are like, he just asked, like, you know, if someone had this, that, and the other, like how to get started, like learn the basics, and all the other shit will fall in place. You can always learn how to do stuff better. Yeah. But like that hustle is like comes within.
Yeah.
And as long as you have that, all the rest is fucking.
It's easy.
It'll fall into place, you know. Yeah, for sure.
The more you know, the more valuable you are.
The more knowledge you give to the game, the more valuable you are.
Knowledge is value.
100%. Yeah. And this business particularly, and I'm only speaking through my personal experiences, I had to sift through, 20 ain't shit people to get one good person.
Yep.
There's a lot of used car salesmen in the music business, because anybody can say they're in the music business. Takes nothing, Oh yeah, I work in the music business. Oh, I got a plug.
I know this person.
Oh, I know that person. You know how many I know ass motherfuckers we know?
A lot.
I know a lot of I know motherfuckers. A lot of them.
Oh, I know CapAngels.
Oh, exactly. At least I can still probably QB some shit up, though. I could probably still make a phone call and set some shit up. But these dudes will tell you anything and sell you anything. And if you're dumb enough to buy it, you're part of the fucking...
That's your own fucking peddle.
Yeah. You know, part of the problem. But that being said, being able to obtain the information, regurgitate that out to your career, and apply that shit is priceless, bro. My biggest regret is not being able to get that information and apply it to my own career. I went backtracked. Some people say they take 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. Well, I took fucking 20 steps back. And I try to take 20 steps forward. There's something that you're never going to get out of people, and it's a hustle. If they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't.
Right.
If you could teach them that, cool. If they can realize the severity of what's possible, like what they can do, then amazing. A lot of people don't. But that being said, I did some consulting work. I did some management work. I helped people to my capacity, what I could, without getting $1. My time that I sacrificed to other people. If they don't take advantage of that, then I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Yeah.
If you didn't excel, then that's on you. I gave you the tools.
It's up to you to use it. I give you the platform.
Hey, bro, I gave you the fuel. Drive the fucking car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that shit, then, bro, you just don't have it.
You just don't have it. And, my thing is, like, you have to be in control of your own
exactly.
career.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And some people will never fucking get it. And they'll go back and they'll fucking blame, this person and that person and that. Bro, blame your fucking self, dog.
First
Accountability.
of all,
Like you said earlier.
Listen, I try to help people, and I want to help people because I don't want people with talent to go unrecognized. And it might be the fucking only thing in my body that's as unselfish as I am with my family. I love my family. I do anything for them. But with other artists, I have a soft spot for them. So if you can get that knowledge and just make it happen with your opportunities that are presented in front of you, got to take advantage of that shit.
You got to.
You have to.
You're in control of your own career. Like at the end of the day.
Did you ever have a team?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Like I had.
Did you do the best of your capacity?
Yeah.
If it didn't work out, it didn't work out.
Yeah,
that
it didn't work out. It happens, and that's sometimes
sure.
those are the down things. If I did whatever I could and I passed the rock and you didn't shoot when you were supposed to shoot, then I have to make adjustments. Because at the end of the day, it's my career. I can't lay on that.
Let's get into that though, man. Because a lot of people in now, like the future era, is like, it's a hard conversation to have. Right?
Yeah.
If you're not putting in your work and like doing what you have to do to keep the team going, I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean?
You gotta.
We have a vision and we got something that's like we're working hard for, and if unfortunately you don't cut it, man,
you don't, and it's nothing personal.
It's hard though. It's hard.
It's very hard to let go of people.
Same scenario in sports.
And the thing is, you gain friends along the way. Because through music, when you have a manager artist relationship, it's more than a manager and artist relationship. It's not just hey,
my
this
life
is
and
music.
your life.
It's that person is gonna be there to give therapy, to help you and to be like, okay,
comes into the business.
It comes into the business.
It's always personal.
Or maybe
that's because
no, it's always personal.
It's personal.
It's personal as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you're getting hurt, your manager got to make sure you're good. Same thing. Maybe something goes on with your family. Like, hey, I need you here. Oh no, this happened. Okay, you have to. You have to be available. You have to figure out how we're gonna work this out and what's the next steps. That's real life, bro. There's artists that go on stage and find out their family members.
I went to a concert. True story. I went to a concert. This one's probably a little more related to you. I went to a concert at the House of Blues. When B Real from Cypress Hill's dad died that same day.
Bad guys.
He went out that night and he performed.
He still went out?
He went out and did the whole show. And I told myself, as when I was smoking, I was in the back in the cut,
Green room,
blowing some trees, high as a motherfucker. And I told myself, there's no fucking way I could ever do this shit,
man,
if my pops passed away.
And you know what? Not to make it downplay it, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, our dads are everything, right?
Yeah.
But like, dude, my dog just got hit by a car.
Oh, bro, I was hurt for you.
And I didn't want to see anybody. You guys were invited me out, hang out, this and that. I'm like, bro, no way. And like, imagine like situations like that where you're saying like you have like your mom, your dad, and you still go out there and you perform and give it your all. And all for your fans and like, bro,
pets are family members as much as anybody. I just feel
I
like
don't have kids,
we're
I have
so
dogs.
embedded.
Shout out
We're
to
so
Bella and
embedded
Leah.
with our pets. Like we fucking take
gonna
care
get
of them.
my
We
dad.
feed them. They have personalities. Like you have that. So
it's
when
big,
you
but
lose,
but my
when
thing
you
is like,
lose
yeah,
a
when
pet.
you, I don't want to
Oh,
downplay the
man.
people that lose
I
like
hear you.
family members,
Family
and they
members,
still
yeah.
go on and do their thing. You know
I
what I
hear you.
mean? Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
it's crazy.
I was fucking crying.
I
with
heard
my
for
dog.
you. No,
Dude, your
no,
dog got
when
hit.
you-
So
when you
imagine
wrote it in the
if somebody
chat, I
that you
was
know
already,
all
like,
your
sad
life,
for you.
somebody that raised you. Since
No,
you were
it's
a
different.
kid.
Yeah. Bro, I'm such a. I'm hard as a rock. I'll say that about me. My skin is thick.
Mm-hmm.
My core is strong.
Blue Chew hard.
Blue Chew
Blue
hard.
Shout out Blue Chew, Puppy
Yo,
Gut.
shout out to Blue Chew. Have you guys tried Blue Chew? I ain't trying to
Motherfuckers,
deviate
man.
from
I'm
the
over here trying to
conversation.
talk about
Not
some
yet.
I have an
deep
order
shit.
coming soon.
These
It's
guys
okay. I
talking
mean, you
about
know,
cock
you
fucking
talk about the
order.
Blue
Can you
Chew,
believe
but-
this shit? Which camera's on me right here? Is that my camera? Listen, I'm over here trying to tell a sad story, and these dudes are
about
talking
the
about
Blue
cock
Chew,
pills.
man. Dog,
This is the fucking group of motherfuckers I'm dealing with today. Anyways,
Blue Chew,
Cap
put
tried
us
the
on
Blue
game,
Chew.
baby.
I
Put
see
us
some-
on game.
I put it to his house and there was a UPS box that didn't have no
Brother,
label on it. I knew what it
listen.
was. I didn't want to tell him what it
Rico.
was, but I knew what it was.
Get it.
I'm gonna keep it a beansky. I'm gonna keep it a bean. My testosterone levels are normal,
What?
but off of Blue Chew,
The libido is 100,000%.
No. Hey, what's up, Pri? You got the fucking matching kicks right here, Pri. What's
yeah,
up?
doggy. I mean, you got the reimagined white cement threes over there. I see you looking sexy. I don't have a pair. Shout out to my girlfriend.
What do you got right here?
I got the Amama near threes, so I'm light. You
Those
know?
are fresh, dog.
Shout out to Syndicate LA. Bless your boy with some stuff. If you're ever in Chinatown, across the 110 freeway from Dodger Stadium, you go to Syndicate LA. He'll exit. I don't know the address off the top of my head,
Damn,
but they
that's
got
a shout
everything
out.
you need. Yeah, that's my plug of the day.
Hey, I need some shoes now, Syndicate. What's up, bro?
Yeah, no, honestly, like a lot of like music culture is
Goes
feel
into
like
play with
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're wearing.
what you have
Bro,
on.
Like, the
too.
big picture in my head is like with the Biggie Smalls movie. What's the name of that movie?
Notorious?
Yeah, when he comes up to the roof and puts his fresh gear on, and then he goes to school.
Yeah, he had the
That's it.
he had the
Dude, talking shit.
no,
Notorious.
honestly, you gotta be fitted, bro.
You know what I mean?
You gotta be fresh.
You gotta
be
be
fresh.
bro.
And that's something like, yo, when it comes
Gotta
to
be
the
fresh.
funds, like, yeah, definitely invest in yourself a little bit. Like, you know, you can't be showing up looking crazy at a performance.
There's dudes that
You don't
look
gotta
good
go
playing.
crazy.
Yeah, go
but
crazy,
like,
but
bro,
you can't
gotta
show
look-
up looking like,
I
yeah.
Put up a little fucking.
Put up something,
course.
yeah.
It's, you know, there's the what's the saying? It's not the car you drive in, but the guy who drives it. Well, I might have butchered that a little bit, but the same thing goes with clothes. I love shoes and I love hats.
But
and
do you
I
think the
love-
music got you into that?
Absolutely.
Or what came first, bro?
That's what.
My dad was the freshest motherfucker, dog. I always go back to him because he was like the fucking, he was the man to me, you know. He was the fucking man, bro. My
Yeah.
dad is a third
Still is
world
the fucking
country
man, yeah.
motherfucking, born in El Salvador, poor as a. He didn't even have shoes. They used to do so in El Salvador. You don't got shoes. They get old tires. And they put your foot on an old tire. They cut the tire in half so it lays flat. And they put your foot in it. And they cut around it. And they strap the shit on with some nails. And that's how they make your fucking shoes, like a huarache. So that man came over here and he's just fresh, bro. He taught me about fucking the most fire brands and what shirts to wear and what clothes to wear, how you want your pants cut, never have fucking nose hairs. Hey man, make sure. He said a
Trim your
stripper
shit,
told him
yeah.
once that he had long nose hairs. He went home and he tripped his fucking
Shout out to that stripper.
yeah,
hell
like
yeah.
little things like that make me so aware of like what I have going on, my nails,
Appearance.
cuticles, your feet, manicure, pedicure. People think that shit is a little zesty. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to take care of my feet. I'm trying to take care of my hands,
100%.
my skincare. People like, yo, you look 35. I mean, you're 35, but you look, 20 something. I'm like, yeah, bet. Shout out to Keels.
Qué rico.
I spent some money on my face, bro. I'll take care of this over here. This is not an accident. This is.
Oh,
this is-
Oilo.
yeah, bro, take care of yourself.
Papi,
No,
There's
yeah,
nothing
it's
wrong
Papi
with
Cap.
taking care of yourself.
There's nothing wrong with no.
Never term was it metrosexual is what they call it. There's
Yeah.
nothing
Yep.
wrong with being clean.
Not at all.
No.
Grooming
I love that
yourself,
shit.
a lot of stuff. All of those things go into just the person that's across from the girl.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's the girl. It might not be the girl, but it's a girl. And the girl's going to overanalyze you. Does he have his hair cut? How do his hands look? Does he have dirt under his nails? How do his pants look? Are his shoes dirty? Does he have a fucking unibrow? Does he shave? Does he have nose hair? Are his teeth clean?
Does his breath
There's
smell like ass?
Yeah, does his breath smell bad? Hygiene is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bro,
Shout out to the dirty dudes out here.
That's
bro.
just
You guys
crazy,
are
bro.
losing.
There's some people that be out there smelling like straight ass, bro.
Hey, me couldn't be me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
That's an interesting.
But yeah, so
topic.
you think the fashion, looking well, the appearance side came first before the music?
And it goes into play
For me,
Yeah.
yeah, I think looking at it, I wanted stuff that I probably couldn't afford. Unfortunately, like I had two different lives. I had like my father who had like money, and then my mom who was like a hardworking woman of 4, a single mother of 4, and I was a little bit more humble. I got blessed to have nice things, and that all came into like full circle, being able to have the white shirts that are like still white on the neck and tight and shit, and they're still white. They're not dingy and yellow armpit stains or all that shit. Like, bro, you look crusty.
You look crusty. Yeah,
no
you can't
bacon fucking collars.
No, yeah.
Pants, you gotta iron. You gotta learn how to iron your fucking pants. And by the way, disclaimer: Tyler goes everywhere with a steamer.
That's good.
This dude steams his socks.
Yep.
He's out of pocket. Mr. White.
Let's go.
He's crazy. You won't see a wrinkle on this man. He's
presentation,
facts.
baby.
Hey, before I hop in the shower, hey, Ty, here's my clothes too, dog.
Bro,
Please,
he
man.
steams everything up. That man's clean as a motherfucker. I don't have the patience, but shout out to him because he still cares that much about how he is looked at, because he's pristine.
As you should.
Yeah.
As he should be, yeah. And that all comes full circle again. Growing up, being an artist, you don't want to be the bummy throwaway looking dude. You look broke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably what it comes to. You don't want to look broke.
You don't want to look, bro. I just feel like with me, like I always had like a sense of style, like when I was a kid, even like picking out certain shoes. But the thing is that's what it was. It was just like, man, like my parents would try to buy me stuff. Like, man, I want no Skechers. I want the ones. Like I want those ones with that look crazy. Yeah, just easy. Like my shit is. Like I've always had a sense of fashion, but it's been hip hop influenced. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
To the fullest.
So my whole thing is just like,
am I the only guy that wore like 38, 34 pants with the balloon pants and shit?
Oh, with the freaking like the heavy. Oh yeah, I was. That's we all. I don't know if you guys.
If you guys wore some,
we had like the shotguns in the pro clubs, the big heavy shit with like the big pants and the yeah.
So I was the exact opposite.
Oh yeah, with the Pumas.
Oh bro, no.
Bro, I had the rubber bands in my fucking ankles.
Yeah, the
ankles. You look like you wore rubber band ankles, Pri.
Shut up, Pri.
That's an OC team.
Okay. The fuck out of here.
I think,
bro,
I think it was middle school. No, I straight up had girl jeans, bro.
I mean, that was
Still
the
wear
era
girl
too. That's
jeans.
different. I mean, yeah.
I never wore the baggy shit.
Jeez.
And my body type ain't like that either. So.
Nah, you're pretty lean, dog. I had them 38, 32s.
I'd be
like
swimming in that
3XL, just looking
motherfucker.
crazy, bro. Yeah, swimming in my shit. Like that shit was.
Hell yeah.
But that's what it was back then, bro.
I
It
had
was like
2X
that.
jerseys.
That's what we did. We doubled up too on the pro club. You had different colored pro clubs.
I
You
used to wear
have-
do-rags. Yeah. That's on camera.
Love it.
Yeah.
I used to wear do-rags, two-tone shit in the back with the line. I had one side white, one side blue, shit rolled up, tight, twisted. Bunny ears in the back or knotted in the back, depends on
With
how
the
I
Bulls
felt.
jersey
With
on.
the Bulls jersey.
With the Bulls
And you fell on top of the world,
I
baby.
probably threw
Hell
on like
yeah.
a fire ass Kurt Warner
Yeah.
away.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Some white and blue Air Force.
iPod only had 2 Chingy records on it. That was it.
Crazy. And my Air Force
Chingy was
Ones.
tight.
Chingy was
icy.
hard, bro. I used to fuck with Chingy. Yeah.
At the holiday.
Yo, the kids now wear baggy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They're back on that.
You know what's funny is all the chicks. That's what's coming back with them.
Dad
Is the
jeans.
flared ass
The flared ass
jeans
jeans.
where
If
it's
my
not
girl's
fitted.
in my closet one more time, I'll put the beats on.
Bro,
her,
like Dominic rocks all baggy shit, bro. I saw him the other day with some baggy ass fucking pants and some fives
It
on,
like comes
and
in
like a
flows.
big backpack
Yeah,
and hoodie.
that's
I was
what it
like,
is.
all right.
History.
Yeah, it's the
repeats itself.
vibes. It's fashion. Yeah,
Yeah.
my girl wears boy jeans.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but if she keeps walking around
It's
the
the-
house in some baggy pants, I'm gonna have some questions. But it's in.
But that's what's
It's
happening
in.
right now.
No, yeah. I can't even see her feet no more. It's,
It's just
like,
like
it
laid
hovers.
out.
It hovers over this part right here. Like
Yeah.
they perfectly cut them so it goes right over the
Goes
shoe.
over, yeah.
She loves it. I hate
cool.
it, but whatever. If it was up to me, she'd be wearing something sexy every day. But shout out to my girlfriend.
I get it.
Yeah. Nah, that's cool.
I'm not into it. That part, I can't get to that. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to wear like bootcut flare jeans. It's weird.
I can't do it. No, I don't do no boot cut. So
Ty, I know definitely you're not wearing no bootcut.
those
jeans,
aren't boot cuts.
Dog,
I
we
mean,
were
it
talking
still looks
earlier
dope with the
today.
boots. Yeah.
I'm like European style, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Good for
Bro,
I can't rock
some,
no J's. I don't wear no J's.
J's.
I
I
appreciate
can see
them,
They're
Jays.
too clunky for me.
but for me, my body type, nah.
That's why I
I'm
said I
cool
like
with
the
the-
ones.
With the boots,
Those are sexy.
little fucking skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got the embellishments though. That's what I like.
That's a little thin for me. I have big legs. I have like mom thighs and like Samoan calves. So it's like I have really bottom heavy. Unfortunately, you know, I'm ready to go to work though. You know what I'm saying? I'll squat through.
So after appreciating Cap's physique,
On the next
After
episode,
analyzing.
oh yeah, fucking thanks for the calf
for
analysis.
the calves.
hey, man, listen, if you
Mom
like
thighs.
thick daddies,
This fucking guy.
I'm him.
Oh yeah.
Nah, man.
I think I'm the only dude with a dad bod with no kids. Like I got like top tier dad bod, no children. It's looking bad.
shout out Cap.
Yeah,
Shout
I'm
out
gonna
to
go on a
Cap.
diet. I promise you.
Nah, bro.
But I like
man.
cookies.
I was getting there,
I
bro.
like chips and stuff. But
Let me get into what's next a little bit though.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, fucking, what's up, Calais? Where
poppin'?
you at, doggy?
Just
I know
chilling,
you got a fucking dibbling in some other shit as well.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
You know,
The real estate game. That's what.
you
Yeah,
getting
we
into
can talk
real
about it.
estate?
Yeah,
Tell
we
us
can talk
about
the real
the
estate game,
future.
man.
Because I know you got the
So-
bro, you've been doing music for a fucking minute too.
For a
and,
minute,
like,
yeah. And I'm
also just touching all different aspects of fucking of where you can, right?
Yeah, okay.
So-
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, with the music, we're going to be releasing some singles, summertime, doing that shit, you know.
Love
and
to
then
hear
I've-
it.
I've
soon
been-
come,
I've been-
soon come.
You know, that's always going to be my love and passion. That's the forefront. But, you know, I'm also doing real estate. So, you know, trying to build some capital.
Bro,
to
because real
reinvest into
estate's
the
really
dream.
where it's at.
It's,
Real
it's where it's
estate-
at. But,
High-key.
you know, it's never bad to learn real estate. If you learn
Exactly.
real estate, once you get to that point, when you have capital to get into the game, when you're doing investment properties and trying to win in that section,
Yeah.
you ain't losing.
No.
So I mean, like,
100%.
and that's the thing. You got to make it. It can't be only one source of income. It got to be 7.
Exactly.
So, you know,
can't have all your
music-
eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely not.
Cheers,
Yeah.
baby. Music, real estate, and we're gonna get into some other stuff later on.
Yeah.
You know, me and Cap might build a business, brother.
Hey.
You know,
I
it
got
is
one
what it
brewing
is,
right
yeah,
now.
it is, hell
Me,
yeah.
me and my boy Greg are over here working on some
Where's Greg at?
food and beverage
Where's Greg
ideas.
at?
He's in the cut.
Hey, shout out to
Back.
Greg.
Greg's in the
Hey,
cut.
Greg, come in here real quick. Let me come here,
Yeah.
bro. Where you at?
We're working on some food
here, baby.
ideas, possibly some pop-ups. Yeah. Oh, come in.
It's the boy Greg.
He's in
Yeah,
the cut.
Oh yeah.
It's a vibe over here.
out here.
Hell yeah.
We're,
Yeah,
wor-
yeah.
What are you guys
we're,
working
The
on?
man behind
we're working
the
on
scenes.
some endeavors, man. I don't want to say too much because we kind of haven't
Implement
put
it.
a grip on what we want to really focus on, but definitely some food. He's an amazing chef. I'm an okay cook. I feel
Bro,
like
you
I'm.
can good, bro. Shut
No,
the fuck
I'm like
Yeah,
the
your
Iron
Cap's
Chef.
a good
of-
cook.
He's
bro,
a-
I'm Iron
He's
Chef
capping
in my
saying he can't
kitchen.
cook. Yeah.
I'm Iron Chef in my kitchen. But chefs, they do all kinds of shit that I can't even explain to you. They do like white wine reduction and you know, they do the little, what's the shit in the bag called?
Oh, there's the
Sous
Ziploc-
vide.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use that shit, bro. I cook.
no,
Anyways, that being said, we're working on some things right now with a couple ideas. My boy Peter has a fish company, fish taco company.
Shout out to Baja.
Shout out
Fish.
to Baja Fish Tacos, and he's
Fire.
What's
been,
up, PQ?
He's
Yo,
been
yo.
really.
What's up? Hey, wait,
um,
no, please. You gotta tell him. What's up, PQ?
What's up, PQ? What's up, PQ? Yeah, he's been successful with his I guess it's pop-up fish tacos business, and we're gonna expand on it. Probably implement a couple other things on it. That being said, like just trying to put some things in perspective to make it make sense. Time is of an essence. We have to figure out what makes the most sense. Thinking a lot of pop-ups. I love food, bro. I just want to have fun. I love food. I love music. If
Hell
I can
yeah.
do those things and become successful, I'm happy.
Bro,
Yeah,
like
that's what's
Bronson,
gonna
bro,
happen.
he does that shit.
Yeah,
does that
bro.
shit. He does food and
I
music, yeah.
absolutely love Action Bronson.
Action
bro.
Bronson's dope.
That guy's so entertaining. He's hilarious too.
Yeah,
He's funny.
He's a funny motherfucker.
he's real
He's
down.
funny
Yeah,
as
down to
fuck.
earth person. very
I'm not
relatable guy.
too big on his music, but his cooking, bro, fucking, I get hungry after watching that motherfucker.
Yeah. He's when you have that much love and passion for what it is that you do, you can just put them both together. You know, una mezcla chingón. He mixes it both up and is able to do a food show while recording records, while creating his own. I think he has like an olive oil and wines and all kinds of shit. Like it's amazing.
All kinds of stuff, yeah.
What about end goals? Like, what would you think you guys' end goal are? Like, do you guys?
Ours, man, you know what? I don't like that word end goal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
It's
there's
not
never
the
really
end.
end to our goals. You know what I mean?
I vibe
It's
with
a
that.
fucking, like we always preach, bro. It's a fucking marathon. You know?
Yeah.
It's not just something like you reach a certain stage and you just fucking stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I've used this analogy before, but it's like fucking waves. You know what I mean? You get a certain wave, you hit it, you fucking do good. You get the next wave, you do better at it, and you just fucking keep on going.
There's no plateau. Yeah,
There's no
and I
plateau.
vibe with that.
The second you stop or think you have an end goal and you hit it, like people in retirement, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at individuals like that compared to people who, yeah, they might retire from work, but they still are active. They're doing stuff, this, that, and the other. Like those people are gonna live way longer than people that stop because your head just
stagnant people that just kind
of. And man, one
and
big
thing.
One thing I want to bring into this is a good example, dude. I mean, your dad. You know what I mean? Like he's
shout out to Ron.
Dog, he
Shout
fucking
out,
hustles,
Ronnie.
bro. This motherfucker's a hustler, and he's older in age, but he looks a lot better than fucking people.
Bro.
He looks younger than his fucking son. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's because this facts.
Bro,
like,
hold on. And it's because he keeps fucking going. You know what I mean? He doesn't have end goal.
No end goal.
He's like he doesn't see it as an end. To him in his eyes, his life is never gonna end.
Right.
You know
I guess like then what's the biggest achievement that you want to achieve at this moment, at this time? What do you think before you get to, you know, okay, like you start refreshing and creating, you know? Because my thing is like I want to like eventually like promote a boxer. Like that's eventually what I want to get into. Like after I do everything, I want to be able to
fuck yeah, that sounds fun.
get a boxer. Like I want to promote a boxer. I want to promote talent. I love boxing.
We'll get into that too because we were talking about it off camera.
Hell yeah. That was just something, you know.
That's hard.
I think there's two answers to that.
Mm-hmm.
One, for me, is make both my mom and dad proud.
They're already proud, but I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Call it selfish, call it whatever. It's not materialistic at all, and I'm a very, materialistic person on the radar.
Like nice things. You like nice things.
Yeah.
That would be my number one.
That would be it.
Yeah, for sure. And then the second thing, would be what we've kind of already talked about, but honestly, the little bit of anything of someone grabbing from something that we've done on this with people like you guys to help them jumpstart whatever the fuck they want to do, that would be my second thing.
It's honorable.
That's good.
Dude, and I mean,
definitely.
this motherfucker, man, he said the exact same shit I had in my fucking head. You know what I mean? Because the first thing I want to do is put my mom in front of a fucking crib like this and be like, thank you for what you did. Shout out to my mom and my family, whatever. You know what I mean? But like, thank you for what you did and you contributed and you fucking gave me what I had and whatever. And this is, my thank you to you, right? And then on a second thing, because it's not ever like about just me, it's about the people that we're now talking to and reaching. It's the whole point of this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's reaching people and helping them maybe understand shit that they didn't understand in fucking school. Like, you went to school and they only had like, you can be a doctor, this, that, and that, right? When I graduated school and like I thought of school, it was, when I thought of like a profession, it was nothing of what I learned in school. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's always like shit that I learned from other people. So I want to put that platform on for people that are listening to be like, how did that person get to where they're at? And like, how can I do what they're doing or whatever? You know what I mean? Because like, it's not just whatever they teach you in school, but there's so much other shit. And we learn that once you graduate from school. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Curriculum eventually is going to change, I feel. They need to teach you how to be fucking business.
How to do your taxes, how to, because all that shit matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I learned
that's the shit that you should be learning, yeah.
So that's the whole like purpose of like why I really started this podcast.
Right.
We started this podcast because like we like having conversations with cool fucking people.
Yeah.
But also like, the audience learning, a little bit of how they got onto what they're doing if they want to do the same thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we can share one bit of information and somebody can grab that and take that, run with it, and do something with it, we did our job,
Exactly.
I work. If I could sit here and say that I dedicated, 2 decades worth of my life to obtaining information and through trial and tribulation, and be able to sit here in front of everyone and say this out loud, and somebody can grasp one piece of information that they felt like they didn't have, grab that, and then go and do something with it, implement it, and then take off. Like, bro, we did our job.
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
money well spent,
Yes,
time well
sir.
spent, life well
It's
spent.
not about fucking us, man.
Right.
We didn't do this shit for us. We did this shit.
I mean, we
for,
did, but we
honestly,
didn't. You know,
I mean,
unselfishly, we did
honestly,
it for ourselves. But you know,
it was
for other
more of
people
like
too.
having fun with something that we can give. It sounds so cliche, bro, but like give someone a little back.
Right. No. Yeah.
Because
You have to
we're
give back.
fortunate to meet some cool fucking people and have some cool conversations with
Right.
certain people and like be introduced to different walks of life, and we want to put those people on these platforms so the people that we know that don't get to experience those situations kind of see that and learn from it, and get put onto those type of people,
Right.
For sure.
because dude, I mean, we all know kids in our neighborhoods that might not meet people that you or I know.
No,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like someone like
For sure.
Tyler, someone like Tyler's dad or something like that. You know what I mean?
The
That grew up in
network.
Southgate
The
and
network
stuff
is
like
crazy.
Network.
that.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No. For
It
sure.
comes down to like networking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who you met through him and who he met through you, and then this chain reaction, the chain reaction of everybody knowing every people, and you can present an opportunity in the midst of all that. It's I mean, that's what it's all about. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, at least to my personal experiences, if we can make something happen, kind of like I guess middlemaning, but there's a word for it.
Just
Like,
plug.
Yeah,
No,
you can
yeah,
get
it's just,
people up.
the networking. That's
if you
just what
need
it
something
is.
and I have the opportunity to do that, like, pow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Made in LA. Shout out to my guy Albert. Shout out to my boy
Bro,
who
Made in
made the
LA
25/8 hats.
Dog.
That's the guy that did the shit for me.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Shout out to Artist Block too that did the logo.
I came out of.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, bro, like, you need hats done. My boy he'll turn around quick. Pow, we got it done. And
Just plugging people.
yes,
Yeah.
that's all it is. Being able to quarterback some shit, put some shit together, and,
Right.
and boom, things get done. And that's ultimately what business should be like. If I can't do it, I know somebody who can do it. And then that person will help you. XYZ. Yeah, I know that. What's that? I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being resourceful.
Even though I'm not looking for something,
like,
in
yeah,
being
return.
exactly.
very,
It's not-
being
no,
very
it's-
resourceful.
yeah,
That's what
it's
it
being
is.
resourceful, yeah.
Resourceful.
which is what like my ultimate kind of goals with the podcast. At
Yeah.
least, but on my personal self, man, if I can just make my family proud and happy, and they're having a good life, and
Yeah.
I'm having a good life with them, like, what else do I need, man?
Just based off the stuff, I know not everything has probably come out at this point when this one airs, but just based off of everything that you guys have told me and what you guys have recorded and the people that you guys have worked with, like, the spectrum of like talent you guys have had in front of the camera has been crazy. Like, you got chefs, you have barbers, you have physical therapists, you have influencers, you have marketing people. It's amazing. Like, you guys are able to get this done in the time span that you have, and you're already working on the next batch of stuff. So it's like, at some point or the other, someone's gonna take something from this, whether it's episode 1 or episode 8. Someone's gonna take the information that's being spewed on here and apply it. And
Or maybe even
yeah.
reach out to one of you guys that are on here. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
For some personal.
Leave
help,
a
you know what I'm saying?
comment.
Definitely.
No,
Leave
yeah,
a
leave
comment,
a comment.
subscribe.
Reach,
We'll have all
yeah.
these guys, ads and all that stuff too. So anyone that's on the show, man, reach out to them. They we don't bring any people on this that aren't true friends of us. You know what I mean? And any true friends of us are friends to the people that are watching.
These
this.
guys are
Right.
my friends, so it's very difficult for me to not be myself.
Yeah.
I really want to start talking shit.
Let's go. Let's get into
God
it.
is that guy,
Run it.
bro.
They fucking.
I told this guy before the fucking show,
Guy.
do not talk shit.
I've had so many pep talks before.
We're like, hey, yo,
this
don't
shit
embarrass
started.
us on the
Yo, don't say this. Don't. I'm like, yo, I get it, bro. I'm a fucking loose cannon. I'm the Brian Pillman. Rest in peace. WWE people might catch that reference. I'm the
WrestleMania.
Brian Pillman of this shit. I am a loose cannon. I say what the fuck comes in my mind. On this shit right here, these are my brothers. Legitimately.
Yeah.
I look at Ivan like a brother. I look at Tyler like a brother. I look at JaySol, a.k.a. Calais, aka Jawan, as my brother.
Yeah, like,
You know, these dudes are my boys, so it's really hard for me to not get too comfortable and say some wild shit.
Yeah.
The B-roll
Say
of this
it.
shit, if they ever reveal this B-roll,
insane.
oh my
Nah,
God.
you know, we'll run
Yeah,
it back.
we're
We'll
going
run
to
it back.
jail.
You know
Good
what?
time, yeah.
I want these people to like us first, you know what I mean? And then later on, they can hear
Maybe
the
we do
fucking
some
behind the
We're not gonna
scenes
get
shit.
canceled
You know
season
what I
one,
mean? Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Pow.
Exactly. Nah, but hey, man, I appreciate you guys, and I fucking love you guys. Honestly, from the
It's
bottom of
good.
my heart,
Yeah.
you guys for fucking coming on.
It's a good time.
Thank
Yeah.
you to fucking your dad and them allowing
Absolutely.
us to get this fucking
Yeah.
property.
What a fucking
Newport fucking Coast, Pelican Hill. Look at this shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Calais, thank you for
jealous to be
coming.
here.
Cap,
I
I
might
love
not
you,
leave
Pretty.
here.
Yo,
Yeah,
close,
no,
yeah, no,
hey, bro.
I'm not
no,
leaving.
for-
These guys are-
I
I'm
love
not
it.
fucking
I'm gonna
leaving.
stay.
Yeah, these guys are
for
about to
sure.
jump in the fucking pool right now.
Yo, but
I'm
closing
not
sta-
fucking leaving.
closing statement though, man. Like, look, everybody talks about chess and checkers, right? They say life is about chess. Life is a chess game. I want to let you guys know, man. Life is a chess game. It's very strategic, but don't forget to learn how to play checkers, which is what we've been talking about, the basics. Taking those steps, getting jumped, understanding how to get to the other side to get crowned. You feel me? Once you get crowned, once your checkers pieces get crowned, that's when you start playing chess.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? So when
And
you
enjoy
play
the
chess and you
process.
protect that
Yeah,
queen,
absolutely.
whether it be somebody you love, your career, your goals, whatever it be.
Yeah, yeah.
Along the line, you're gonna lose some pieces, but the remaining pieces on that chessboard, when you won that game, protect those with.
Protect those. Stay
All
with
your
them.
strength.
Yeah,
Love
So
that.
learn how to play checkers
I fuck with that.
before you had to play chess.
God damn.
Shout out
You know how to play
Calais.
chess. Let's get it.
Shout out to
Spitting
Calais.
some
Wow.
fucking facts.
Let's go, baby.
Shout out to our boys. And you know what, guys? Again, 25-8, baby. Love you guys. Salud.
Salud.
Cheers, guys.
25-8.
Thank you.
Cheers. Shout out to you guys, boys.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go, baby.